किसी का स्पीकर खुला हुआ है। मैं आदरणीय वक्ताओं का इंडिपेंडेंट रिसर्च इथिक्स सोसाइटी की ओर से आयुष समृद्धि ज्ञान गंगा के 2101वें पड़ाव पर आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत। वेटलैंड्स जो हमारे इकोसिस्टम के लिए, ग्लोबल हेल्थ के लिए बहुत जरूरी है, हम लोग ज्यादा उसके विषय में नहीं जानते हैं। आज हमारे वक्ता डॉक्टर सुपर्णा चांदेल मुखर्जी मैडम, डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु जी वेटलैंड्स के विषय में गाइड करेंगे। मैं उनका हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त करता हूं और हमारे साथ उपस्थित आदरणीय अग्निहोत्री सर, राम अवतार जी, जयेश ठक्कर जी, सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। आदरणीय प्रोफेसर वीके अग्निहोत्री सर से संक्षिप्त प्राकथन की प्रार्थना करता हूं।
धन्यवाद पशुपंश भाई, नमस्कार। सबसे पहले तो आज हमारी जो 2101वीं वेबिनार आई है, जो आज हमारे दिन की तीसरी वेबिनार है, और इसका बहुत ही ज्ञानवर्धक और साइंटिफिक टॉपिक है वेटलैंड नेसेसिटी फॉर द ग्लोबल हेल्थ। क्योंकि हम वसुधैव कुटुंबकम वाले हैं, तो हमें हेल्थ भी वसुधा की चाहिए, और वसुधा पर रहने वाले सभी प्राणी मात्र की चाहिए, जलचर, नवचर, थलचर और मनुष्य भी। तो ये बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है कि उसके लिए इस टॉपिक की उपादेयता बहुत बढ़ जाती है। तो नेसेसिटी फॉर द ग्लोबल हेल्थ तो है ही है, एट द सेम टाइम वेटलैंड की टॉपिक की ही उपादेयता हम लोगों के लिए बहुत बड़ी है। और हम समझते हैं शायद ही कतिपय ही विश्व में प्लेटफॉर्म होंगे जो ऐसे इंटरेस्टिंग सब्जेक्ट को लेके विश्व स्तरीय चिंतन करते हैं। और हमारा विभाव यही है कि हमारे पास तो भारत में भूमि कम है, क्योंकि तीन तरफ तो जल ही जल है, समुद्र है। तो इसलिए बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है कि जो भी हमारे पास उपलब्ध भूमि है, और उसकी हम कैसे सुरक्षा करके जीवन के बनाए रखने के लिए, वैश्विक जीवन बनाए रखने के लिए, वैश्विक स्वास्थ्य को बनाए रखने के लिए उसका हम सदुपयोग करेंगे। कि यहीं पर प्लांटेशन हो रहा है, यहीं पर फ्लाईओवर्स बनते हैं, यहीं पर हाईवेज बनते हैं, यहीं पर हमारे डोमेस्टिक सोसाइटीज कटती चली आ रही, बनती चली आ रही फॉर 50 स्टोरीज एंड ऑल दैट। तो ये बहुत जरूरी होता है हमारा वेटलैंड का जो क्षेत्र है, जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, वो पूर्ण रूप से सुरक्षित रहे, जिससे कि हम उसको उस उपादान के रूप में स्वीकार कर सकें और इस्तेमाल कर सकें जो विश्व के स्वास्थ्य के लिए सहायक सिद्ध होगा। ऐसे ही कुछ शब्दों के साथ में हम अपने अतिथियों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत करते हैं और आगे की कार्रवाई के लिए पशुपति शर्मा जी से निवेदन करते हैं। नमस्कार।
बहुत बहुत आभार सर। मैं अब डॉक्टर सुपर्णा चांदेल मुखर्जी मैडम को सादर आमंत्रित करता हूं उनके विचारों के लिए। आदरणीय डॉक्टर सुपर्णा चांदेल मुखर्जी फ्रॉम बोलपुर। वेलकम मैडम, वेलकम।
Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Very good
गुड
evening.
इवनिंग, गुड इवनिंग मैडम,
Thank you
वेलकम।
very much giving me another opportunity to say on this auspicious platform. Today is the day of the World Wetland Day. So this auspicious day, and at the same time, today is the Basant Panchami. Some places is observing the Saraswati Puja, and we are also observing and we are worshipping Ma Saraswati, the goddesses of wisdom. So wetland is very important, and which is related with this wetland and the wisdom. So we have to correlate this wisdom with the wetland. So how we can correlate? So basically, this wetland is directly related to our environmental factor. हम लोग को जो लोग सरवाइव कर रहे हैं, ह्यूमन लेके पशु वगैरह, और जो जो जहाँ पे भी है, प्लांट्स किंगडम, एनिमल्स किंगडम एंड ह्यूमन किंगडम, these three are related with each other. So this is the WWF have working on this wetland, and they are also exploring wetland scenario, and they are exploring wetland and for the betterment of the sustainability of the people at large, at the same time the plants and animal kingdoms at large. Every day, every time, every moment, there are so many plants kingdom and animals kingdom, especially the microbes are abolishing. They are endangered. Sometimes they are not surviving. They are not getting the proper land area, or the environment is not, they are not getting. So that's why it is going to abolish. Just because of the deterioration of the groundwater level, at the same time the population explosion and the denudation forest and forest floor unused management of the forest pro. There is no scientific management of the forest pro. So all the sustainability is hammering us, and we are just in the the site and the corner. We have reached to this corner. The any day, any time, the all the life kingdom, those who are surviving, and our Earth, planet Earth, is so nice and so beautiful and so scientific. So every day we are just losing one species which is very important for us, which are maintaining our sustainability, and वास्तुतंत्र के लिए ये सब बहुत ही जरूरत है. बट ये नहीं हो रहा है. क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? तो क्योंकि हम लोगों का कोई थिंकिंग रीजनिंग कैपेसिटी continuously deteriorating. Though we have the reasoning capacity, but we are not enabled to look into it, because in-depth study and in-depth observation is very lacking. There are so many places in this wetland, especially the highlighted places of wetland in India, like the Keoladeo National Park in Bharatpur, Rajasthan, where there are so many species, like 375 species, 40,000 birds, 27 species of mammals, 379 species of plants, 7 species of turtles, and 50 species of fishes are in danger. So these species, these plants and animals are surviving together, and they are maintaining the ecosystem and eco balance. But this time, it has been observed that the 2022 scenario is showing that there is a threatened condition, because it is going to abolish. There are 40,000 medicinal plants which is available in this Rajasthan area, but it is those species are not yet been surviving, are not getting surviving, because they are not getting the proper area for surviving. So we are also exploring the capacity building program, training program. Forest department is also developing joint forest management, forest protection committee, who can look after this matter. But the policy guidelines is not sustaining, because we are reaching, when we are reaching in the sustainable development goal 4, so where we have to, there are 17 main objectives which have to follow, but there is a lack of maintaining of these objectives and following. Then the Harika wetland in Punjab, it is very important place where the vulnerable and endangered species like the Indus River dolphin, which is very important and rare species now, testurine turtle and the smooth-coated otter, and this Jordan's barber and Ficoda's vented Preninia. So these species are very, very important for our sustainability, but it is nowadays it is very rare. So there are few species are surviving, though the genus and family, in the same family there are species are different. Though those species are also surviving, but it is very dangerous condition, because their sustainability, because they are not getting proper food of their circle, they are not getting the place to staying, because the urbanization is deteriorating their natural habitat. So they are not getting their proper place to stay and to survive in this world. So that's why it is very important, and this is very alarming situation for this for our, especially in India. Those plants and animals are continuously deteriorating, and they are not surviving in the places. There are so many schools programs. So we are also there are so many programs, and the teachers, students, teaching learning process is also developing, and the base of the river, and they are also developing the knowledge. The persons should not deteriorate them. So but education and awareness program, campaigns, local communities capacity building for forest staff also is developing, but till it is in very dangerous condition. And 2017 to 2020 data which has been followed, that because in forest department there is a one more important thing is happening, that is the usufruct sharing. usufruct sharing, when the failing is happening, so they never looked into the proper development of the plants which has been regenerated. But regeneration is needed, but it is not yet been looked after properly. So that's why when they are sharing the usufruct among the community people, so it is not sufficient enough. That's why they are hunting out. At the same time, they are destroying the and denuded the forest and forest especially the social forestry development is also deteriorating. So that's why it is the dangerous situation has been created. And another one site is very important, the Upper Ganga Ramsar site in Uttar Pradesh. It is a home of the IUCN red listed Ganges river dolphin, gharial, 12 species of turtles, at the same time other 82 species of fishes and more than 100 species of birds, which is going to be extinct near 2030, like that. So this engaging local stakeholders, they are also not responsible enough in the monitoring the Ganges river dolphin. They are also lacking in their duties. At the same time, the education and awareness campaigns is not very proper, which is the look into it. So there should be a wisdom to protect, because no one is literate and no one have care for others. Everyone is to care for themselves. So what I am today, I want my food, my family food, and my family development, myself development. So the factor is the nuclear family system. This nuclear family system is also deteriorating the person's special attention, and then the mentality also. So that's why they cannot explore the others people, because they are thinking, the people are thinking what I am today, and this is the day, because they never think about the tomorrow, what may happen on tomorrow. They cannot think of it, because if I can support the those who are in dangerous situation, maybe the plant kingdom, animal kingdom, human being, so I can get the better world for myself only. If the thinking can generate through this awareness programs, our programs among the local people, the local mass, then the people can learn to save the world, to protect the world, and to protect our biodiversity and protect the endangered species too. Another one site is there, Mandiwala wetland in Bangalore, Karnataka. So this is also a residential complex, is also used extensively for the commercial purposes. The people are so developed, and there is a civilization, and the developed city orientation is deteriorating the natural habitat of there are some plant species, at the same time the animal species. And another one is the Kakkavellur Community Reserve Karnataka, Community Reserve Center of Karnataka. So, which is the only community reserve in Karnataka and the breeding site of spot-billed pelicans and the painted sharks. So this is the main problem of us, how we can protect our biodiversity. So there is the forest department, there is the environmental department, forest and environment ministry, the environmental section. There are so many departments are there, they are taking care of. There are so many persons, they are working for it, but no one have the keen interest, because it is there, the all the sectors and all the designated people, the executives, the sensation, then the government protection, government sale, everything is there, but the people are not yet been ever, and people are not yet keen to protect those persons, because restoration system is very lack in our sensation. Till such time, if we can develop our sensation for restoration, and if we can think that, if the we can think for today itself, because they have the child or children, so that the children will have the grandchildren, so the generation wise it should be the hamper, our future generation. So we should think not for the today, for the future generation too. And IS have the very important role to award these people, because Ayush has should award the people, because IS is our backbone. Ayush is our the protection of life. Through this Ayush system and Ayush medicines, we have protected till such time when the modernization is not yet come. So that's why we can develop the sensational program, we can develop the awareness generating program, we can develop the people at large. The joint forest management and forest protection committee should be more keen to the grassroots level. At the same time, the in-depth protection and restoration is needed for development of this and protect the biodiversity and the wetland management. There is the wetland management should be generated in the school level, then the college, then the university. How we can protect our the fellow partners. Though the people, they are the fellow citizens, but they are the fellow partner. So that's why if we can protect our partner, we can develop our sustainability and our identity more precise and more protectively, and we can restore the people and we can restore our sustainability in our senses. Thank you very much. Thanks for giving me such an opportunity.
Thank you very much, madam. We are sorry that we are disturbing you in night. Really, you are great. Dr. Saket Kumar Vasu, welcome.
Thank
Welcome,
you. Thank
welcome,
you,
welcome.
Dr. Sharma. Thank you. It has been a pleasure, as usual, to be a part of this platform. And once again, I think it is fabulous the long journey that you have all covered together to push this platform so far. And I wish you all the success that you will be continuing forward. With this, I continue to first that the World Wetland Day is indeed a very important, significant day to celebrate the importance of wetland. As Madam before me has very nicely illustrated with innumerable examples how these wetlands have been a integral part of our ecosystem. Wetlands, mostly we are highlighting upon freshwater wetlands and also estuarine wetlands such as the Chilka wetlands in the Orissa, which is also a Ramsar site. Now, these are all important because they're very rich source of biodiversity, which is important not only for maintaining the dynamics of our ecosystem, but it is also essential for various part of our economic activities. For example, if we take, as Madam has very nicely highlighted about the ecological aspects of all these wetlands, think about Chilka. This is also one of the largest fish producing centers of India, and the diversity is maintained through the dynamics of this unique ecosystem. Not much money has been invested to raise the fish down there, but the overexploitation that I have seen is still alarming. And over tourism, over visiting of people for watching dolphins and birds and fishes and stuff is stretching the ecosystem to an extent that the government needs to put hand, as an example, excuse me, to restrict and limit the number of people visiting very sensitive ecosystem. In my hometown of Kolkata, the eastern Kolkata wetlands are one of the most important uh, ecological sustenance factor for the survival of the city of Kolkata. Why? They not only provide huge farmers cooperatives to work together, they are down there and raise fish, which is essential for selling into the local market, which has a very high demand as Bengali communities are fish eating. But at the same time, they are also the drainage site. Whenever there is an excess rainfall, whenever there is an extra accidental rainfall or flash floods, these wetlands serve as important soaking areas that take out and store that excess water that has happened during the monsoon and in and around that period. All cities across India, whether it is Chennai or Bangalore or Delhi or Kolkata, and cities across the world are losing these wetland areas. Why? It is because of the rise of another new species beside human. They are a human, but a new subspecies has evolved over the last 30, 40 years. And these are called real estate generators in the international community, and in our country, we call them promoters. The evolution and the rise of promoters in the Indian society community, as also in the other parts of the world, is one of the most significant anthropogenic factor that is decimating the white wetland areas across India, particularly in the big cities. Bangalore, as you know, has been going through water crisis and stuff, because if you go to modern day Bangalore, you will see all the freshwater sites, natural and man-made, that were available has vanished. Same for Chennai, same for Hyderabad, same for Kolkata. There is tremendous pressure on the East Kolkata wetland by various promoting agencies to take over these wetland areas so that they can fill it up and then sell it as apartments and make huge profits. But all these profits are short-term profits. Constructions made on the soft, very hurriedly packed areas are detrimental. There has been innumerable reports across the city of Kolkata where vast buildings, 5 stories, 6 stories, 7 stories building, are showing inclination. They are sliding onto the next adjacent building, is because in many cases, because of the soft soil conditions of the Kolkata city, and in many areas where these illegal wetlands have been converted into land by active support of the municipality and the corporations in Kolkata through corrupt connections, is making the entire city highly vulnerable. And this is the story of Kolkata. This is the story of all the metro cities, major cities and towns across India and around the world. This huge flux of these corporators, these promoters, in converting wetlands into land, or converting agricultural land into sellable land, is making our country poised towards the pivot of very dangerous situation where we are losing groundwater. If there is a big fire in our town or cities and stuff, we do not have access to good quality high level groundwater so that we can use them for or we are not being able to replenish our groundwater system, because all these groundwaters are taken up by these construction sites illegally, and it is impacting irrigation, it will be impacting growth of plants and stuff, and at the same time disrupting the environment. And when the city will need adjacently excess amount of water for various emergency purposes, then like Bangalore, one day we will see that we are not being able to even flush our toilet because the water is getting scarce over the time. So this is very important. The significance of the wetland ecosystem is not only important for maintenance of the dynamics of the ecosystem, our ecological system that operates, which is necessary for the positive health of the environment, as also for our economic growth, as also for the security of our accommodation within the big cities. Wetlands are not just located in big cities, they are also present in our remote rural areas and stuff, but particularly wetlands located in the cities, towns, and under municipality and corporation areas are mostly impacted because of the greed of certain people for making money, where they are looking only into short-term gains, but not into the long-term gains, where they need to protect these wetlands for our survival, for serving as an extra drainage surface, for surviving, as for making it better habitat, for better production of oxygen, for better production of air circulation within the city, and also for creating open space for the peace and sanctity. Our cities and towns are being converted into clusters of concrete islands. Is this good for our ecosystem? Is this good for our physical, psychological, and mental health? No. But we are becoming helpless victims of this entire process, where these promoters are working hand in gloves with the local government and taking over huge chunks of wetlands and converting them into sellable land in the form of constructing big areas, high rises, and then selling them at high prices. And because accommodation is a big challenge in any big cities across India and in any part in developing and developed world, these are being hugely taking or significant impact on the wetlands. Recently, the Chinese market has been hugely hit, as because the people are not being able to buy houses and stuff. And so if you visit China and big cities, you will see hundreds and thousands of such gigantic structure incomplete or standing. And many of them have been created by converting such wetlands, which are causing flood obstruction. And thus, every time during monsoon, or every time during winter, whenever there is or at the beginning of the summer when the snow melts, so there is excess need for drainage services, these wetlands are gone and it is plugging our city, as we see in case of India during the monsoon. So it is very important that there needs to be an education, awareness, and sensitivity among the public. I think in Indian population is very much educated and aware. They know about the challenges that wetlands are an important aspect of our ecosystem, our economy, as well as our virtual existence. But there is a lack of sensitivity. By lack of sensitivity, I understand and I mean is that we are aware, we know that this is a challenge for us, yet consciously or unconsciously we do not want to take any steps to curb this pollution which is impacting our life, our ecosystem in a devastating manner. Not only a great amount of biodiversity in these wetlands are being destroyed, many species are becoming extinct, or as you could see, that in many places within city wetlands or outside city wetlands, which were the sites of great migratory birds which are coming from Russia, Siberia, Central Europe, Africa for overwintering in India, as they used to cross those wetlands, they are not finding those wetlands, and even they are finding the wetland, they are so toxic, they lack aquatic health, there is lack of fishes and other food sources for them, so they are avoiding this part. So aquatic health or the health of the environment is strongly indicated by the aquatic health of the wetlands. If the wetlands are thriving, if the wetlands attracts a large diversity of species including migratory birds in huge numbers, they indicate that the lung system of the city is functioning well, or the lungs of our ecosystem is healthy, or the kidney is healthy. But if that things are they are not being attracted by birds, they are being abandoned by various other species, and as many surveys are indicating that we are losing out species, losing out biodiversity in these areas, it is a clear indication that the health of the wetlands is deteriorating, and the health deterioration of the health of the wetland is the sign of the deterioration of our urban and rural areas. So it is very important that we make apt laws and make sure that they're implemented at the ground level to protect our wetlands. Without the wetlands, our virtual existence will be put in question in the next 10, 15, 20 years that we are having. We are already seeing the dangers in various cities, but it is going to be still worse if we do not take steps to protect them today. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure to be a part of your platform.
Our platform, this is not mine. It is our platform. Thank you, Dr. Sakarji. Thank
Welcome.
you. Agnihotri, sir. Now session is open.
Really, it's a platform of IRES, and persons those who are attached with IRES, naturally this platform becomes their own platform, and it's a very new subject, wetland and necessity for the global health. And both the guest speakers of today very nicely and elaborately informed the real need for its protection, so that when it will be protected, the global health will also be protected. Our very kind, polite animals, those who are not in position to speak like human being, will also be protected, and we will be having good quantity of water to drink on the earth. Thank you so much, and I think persons those who are present here with the platform, if they like to say something, to add on something with some inputs, they are most welcome. डॉक्टर जयेश ठक्कर जी बहुत दिन बाद जुड़े हैं, कुछ बतलाएंगे इफ ही इज कंफर्टेबल, इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल? और हमारे
रात हो गई, सभी बेचारे रह जाएंगे।
ठीक है, तो हम अपने गेस्ट स्पीकर्स का और अपने सहयोगियों का, साथियों का, अपने स्तंभों का बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करते हुए इस वेबिनार को यही पर समाप्त करते हैं। सभी को बहुत बहुत शुभ रात्रि, प्रणाम।
शुभ रात्रि, शुभ रात्रि।